guys, welcome to the pod. Joining me today, I'm speaking with Amy, Gogoro's Head of Innovation Strategy, Rosie, our Ecosystem and Platform Analyst, Murray, our Global Partnerships Director, and Adam, our Risk and Governance Specialist, as we explore how collaborative innovation drives Gogoro's innovation strategy. When defining collaborative innovation, key characteristics include joint problem solving, risk and cost sharing, and shared knowledge with expertise. Collaborative innovation is when organization strategies jointly to create new value by combining their capabilities, knowledge, and resources to achieve outcomes they believe could not be achieved alone. We are going to start with an explanation of theoretical frameworks that will hopefully provide us with the lens through which Gogoro's collaborative innovation strategy is analysed.
Thanks. To understand Gogoro's strategy, we need to look at a few key theoretical lenses that explain why collaborative innovation is so central to their model. The first one is open innovation. This concept, delivered by Chesborough, suggests that the firms no longer rely on internal research and development. Instead, they deliberately use external partnerships and knowledge sharing to accelerate innovation. In their case, this means working with manufacturers, governments, and infrastructure partners to expand its battery swapping system more quickly than it could alone. So innovation isn't happening inside one company, it's happening across a network of collaborators. The second perspective is innovation ecosystem theory. This argues that innovation rarely happens in isolation. Instead, it emerges within an ecosystem of interconnected actors who depend on each other to create value. They act as what we call an ecosystem orchestrator. It coordinates manufacturers, riders, governments, and energy providers around its battery swapping infrastructure, allowing all of these participants to contribute to and benefit from the system. However, when many organizations collaborate, governance becomes important. Platform governance focuses on how firms balance openness with control. This encourages partners to participate in the ecosystem but still maintains control over key elements such as battery standards to ensure the system remains stable. And finally, the resource-based view helps explain the strategic advantage this creates. From this perspective, Gogoro's battery swapping infrastructure, technology standards, and partner networks become a valuable strategy that competitors would find difficult to replicate. Together, these perspectives help explain why collaboration is not just a part of Gogoro's strategy, it's their core mechanism through which the company builds and sustains competitive advantage.
Thank you. Now that we have covered our theories, we will now go over our Gogoro's ecosystem.
So a key way Gogoro operationalizes collaborative innovation is through the Powered by Gogoro network, or PBGN. Rather than manufacturing every scooter itself, Gogoro enables original equipment manufacturers, or OEMs, to design and produce scooters that are fully compatible with its battery swapping system. However, while external partners build the vehicles, Gogoro retains full control over the batteries, the software architecture, and the physical swapping infrastructure. This is strategically significant. It positions Gogoro not just as a product company, but as a platform leader. From an ecosystem perspective, Gogoro acts as the orchestrator. It sets the technical standards and interface specifications that partners must allow, which allows for innovation at the edge while maintaining architectural control at the core. This governance structure generates indirect network effects. Each additional OEM increases scooter variety and consumer choice, which drives greater usage of battery swapping stations. Increased usage then makes them a platform more attractive to further manufacturers. So rather than competing purely on product innovation, Gogoro leverages ecosystem orchestration to scale its innovation strategy.
But doesn't giving manufacturers access risk losing control?
That's why the platform governance is purely critical. Gogoro practices controlled openness. It allows collaboration and shared development, but retains control over the core standards and infrastructure to prevent fragmentation. So the collaboration expands the ecosystem while governance protects strategic control.
Thank you. Now we are going to go over market entry and global partnerships.
When we look at Gogoro's expansion into India and Indonesia, collaborative innovation becomes a scaling mechanism rather than just an entry strategy. In India, Gogoro's partnered with Hero Motocorp, and in Indonesia, it collaborated with Gojek and Pertamina. These partnerships address a classic chicken and egg problem common in platform markets, where infrastructure requires users, but users require infrastructure. By working with established domestic firms, Gogoro shares investment risk and accelerates simultaneous development of scooters and battery swapping stations. This reflects open innovation, where firms leverage external capabilities instead of fully internalizing expansion. Importantly, these partners also provide institutional legitimacy. Hero Motocorp brings manufacturing scale and brand trust in India. Gojek contributes fleet demand and high utilization rates in Indonesia, strengthening their network. And Pertamina reduces regulatory and infrastructure barriers as it's owned by the state. So rather than exporting a closed system, Gogoro embeds itself within local ecosystems, enabling coordinated and faster platform diffusion.
Thank you. Now it is important to do an evaluation on Gogoro, and this we have also included some of our own recommendations.
Yeah, so while we said that collaborative innovation is central to Gogoro's strategy, it also does create structural challenges. So the first issue that we've talked about is governance. So collaborative innovation offers clear benefits, but excessive openness can create coordination problems, misaligned incentives, and intellectual property risks. Wilkman argues that firms must balance openness with control, sharing knowledge while protecting key resources. In Gogoro's case, strong control over battery standards ensures stability in cooperation, but too much centralization may reduce partner autonomy and weaken long-term collaboration. This highlights a clear tension between control and flexibility. A second challenge is knowledge spillovers. While sharing knowledge helps build ecosystems, it allows competitors to imitate or develop alternatives, which creates a cooperation dynamic where there is competition. Finally, Gogoro's reliance on absorptive capacity, which is the ability to get external information and use it for yourself, it strengthens their innovation, but it does increase their dependency on external partners. So overall, Gogoro must carefully manage the balance between platform control and partner flexibility to ensure their long-term sustainability. So we made some recommendations for Gogoro for the future. So they should strengthen their ecosystem governance through clear coordination and shared decision-making structures, as effective platform governance improves ecosystem stability. Second, the company should continue investing in absorptive capacity through structured knowledge integration processes, but ensure that they do not put too much emphasis on this and continue their own innovation. And finally, Gogoro should adapt to more controlled knowledge sharing strategies to limit spillovers, while still supporting ecosystem growth. Together, these steps would allow Gogoro to sustain collaborative innovation while protecting their own competitive advantage.
Well, thank you guys for listening to our collaborative innovation Gogoro study. Overall, collaboration proves to be a strategic foundation to strategy, and ecosystem orchestration is a core advantage. Gogoro's competitive advantage lies not solely in its battery technology, but in its ability to orchestrate and govern a collaborative innovation ecosystem at scale. So thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.